Welcome back to more Summoner's War Monster Strategies. Last time we took a look at the Water Pixie, Casey. This time it's going to be the Fire Pixie, Tatu, or Tatu, I don't know. This is another monster, another pixie, really, that is not used all that much. Like I said, Shannon is definitely the best pixie of the game, everybody knows that. And because of that, all these other pixies are really, they're just not well loved, they're not. But let's go ahead and talk about her stats. So as a 6-star level 40, she has a total of 6,750 HP, 736 attack, 461 defense, and 111 speed. Now, her stats are rather interesting. First of all, in terms of tanking it, she is downright pathetic. She is. I mean, if you guys watched the Shannon video that I did, and that one, you know, she has about 7,200 HP and over 500 defense, I said that, well, even with those stats, she is pretty freaking, like, fragile. She is, because her HP is pathetic, and her defense is over 500. This one, Tatu, is even worse in both departments. She has less than 7,000 HP, and she has only 461 defense. Overall, one of the most fragile monsters in the entire freaking game, definitely. She can get one-shotted almost all the time. However, on the flip side, her attack power is actually quite impressive for being a freaking pixie. She actually has the highest attack stat of any pixie in the game, 736, even more than the dark one, which I'll be getting to in 2 videos from now. But because of, you know, being high attack and very pathetic defenses, she can be considered a glass cannon, I guess the only glass cannon pixie. Also, her skills do help her in being more of a glass cannon as well, because she has some rather strong attacks, at least her last one. Let's talk about her skills. Her first skill is Spirit Ball. You already know about this one. Attacks the enemy with an energy ball. The attack has a 50% chance of increasing the enemy's chance to land the glancing hit for 2 turns, sorry. And then the second skill is Ignite. Ignite says attacks the enemy with a burning flame, inflicting continuous damage for 3 turns. And then the third skill is inflicts great damage by blowing up the continuous damage effects on the enemy. The inflicted damage increases by 50% for each effect. Okay, so her attacks are actually rather interesting, but not the best, really. I mean, there's a reason why she's not used all that much. But first of all, her second skill can inflict DOT. Any monster that can inflict, DOT, damage over time, can be pretty useful for bosses. Also, some are a lot better than others, such as Orochi being, one of the kings of DOT. But this attack by itself is not one of the better DOTs in the game, definitely not. But this attack combined with the third attack, Incinerate, well, it can use, some pretty useful strategies. First of all, Incinerate has a pretty decent base attack multiplier, so it's a pretty decently strong attack. And it will keep improving by 50% for each continuous damage effect on the enemy. So, Tatu by herself is not very useful, but if you combine her with certain monsters, well, she can be somewhat useful, but again, she's still not incredibly useful. That's why people don't use her. Let's talk about her runes. Well, I mean, like I said, Glass Cannon, and because she's not used that much, I guess the best thing to do would be just the classic Fatal Blade, for beginners. With attack, attack, attack. You can probably mix in speed there if you want, if you want to put a speed in slot 2 instead, but I'm just going to put Fatal Blade, attack, attack, attack. Because she has 736 attack, the multipliers from attack percentage runes and Fatal will actually be bigger than a monster that has like 500 attack. So her attack strength can actually become quite formidable. Even with, like I said, her slot 3 and, continuous damage effects, yeah, she can be, pretty useful offensive-wise. So there really isn't much to say about her runes, so let's just talk about somewhat of a strategy, I could say. So because her attack, her third skill increases by 50% for each DOT effect on the enemy, well, what you can do is use a combo, such as like using Orochi. Imagine if you use Orochi, and then you use Tatu's Incinerate. Well, Orochi will, if you have Orochi run correctly with 100% crit rate, should get 6 DOTs on the enemy. Then use Incinerate. How much would that be? 300% damage with Incinerate? I mean, it's interesting, the amount of damage you'll do, definitely, with 6 DOTs. Other monsters as well, such as the Water Cowgirl, we can also do a similar effect to Orochi by using 6 DOTs. It has some strategies, some combos, you can utilize her to that, but even then, like I said, she's not incredibly useful. So because of that, I would say use her up until mid game if you absolutely need some kind of DOT user, or you want to use a strategy of combining DOTs with her. But overall, she goes in DOT teams well, she does. And that's pretty much all I can say. But eventually, once you get mid game past mid game, you're gonna ditch her because, like I said, she's not used that well. Only Shannon is used very well. So anyway, that is my review of her. And if you have any suggestions, go ahead and leave a comment, you know, some rune setups that you use with her. Maybe if you found some success with her, go ahead and leave a comment to let other people know, or you can just say she's downright awful, I don't know. Whatever you want, you know, go ahead and leave a comment. So, thank you for watching, goodbye everybody, and as always, until next time.